Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all my dear students who are listening to me. I hope that you all are safe and sound. You all are good and doing great. I warmly welcome you back to the class of science now. So students, up till now we have covered many of the chapters from our science book, right? Now, today we will start or study the new chapter. Do you know what is the name of the new chapter? So let's disclose the name of the chapter, and here we go. The chapter which we are going to start now is Simple Machines. The name of the chapter is Simple Machines, and it is our chapter number 6 of science book, right? So this is the chapter which we are going to start, and many of the things we are going to learn from this chapter. As you can see, the name is indicating that what kind of things we are going to study from this chapter. We would learn about machines, and uh, if we see, the name is Simple Machines. Okay, so we'll see what kind of simple machines we use in our daily life and how we have divided them and what are their names and categories. So let's start. So students, before we start our chapter, let's see that what kind of things we are going to learn from this chapter. So here comes the things to learn, which includes the machine. We would learn about machine, that what is machine and how do we use it in our daily life, and how many advantages are there and what are these advantages, right? Then we will learn about simple machines. Okay, that what are the simple machines, how do they look like. Okay, then there are the types of simple machines. Okay, simple machines can be of many type, and some of the types you can see in the background as well. Okay, so this is what we are going to learn in detail in this chapter, because this is the name of our chapter 2, right? Types of simple machines are lever, and when we will be learning lever, we will learn its classes as well. Okay, lever has three classes, and we would learn those three classes in detail. Okay, after learning lever, we would start learning pulley, inclined plane, wheel and axle, and screw. Then in the last, we would see the complex machine. Okay, complex machine is opposite of simple machine. Okay, so we would see that how simple machines and complex machines are different. So let's start with machine. Students, when we talk of machine, something comes in our mind like refrigerator, iron, and generator, computer. Okay, so it is not necessary that these are only the machines. Okay, there can be other types of machines as well. So basically, if we want to define machine, so do you know what is a machine? A machine is something or a device or anything that allows you to do your work in the way that is easier. Okay, for example, you want to write something and your pencil is going to help us in writing, so your pencil would be machine, right? So anything that allows you to do your work in that way that is easier, so that would be machine. Okay, it can be quite simple, it can be quite complex as well. Okay, that depends on the type of machine. A machine changes at least one of the three factors. Do you know many factors are there in the machines? Okay, so here it is written that three of the factors, so you can observe these three factors in these diagrams. Okay, now we would learn about them in detail. So we must keep this thing in our mind, that machine is something that makes our work easier. Okay, It is something that makes our work easier, no matter what it is. It could be the pencil, as I told you, and it can be the refrigerator, because we keep our food in the fridge, right? So both are making our task or the work easier. So both are playing the role of machines, and both are the machines. Okay, so let's begin the next point, which is simple machine. Students, before learning the simple machines, let's learn more about machines. Okay, what are machines? Which of these is a machine, a robot or a shovel? Now here in front of you there are two types of things, a robot and a shovel, right? So according to you, what is a machine, and which of these is a machine, a robot or a shovel? The answer is they both are machines. They both are machines. Now you can see that how simple structure the shovel has, and we know that robot is something that is very complicated. Okay, so that doesn't mean that things should be complicated or the simple. If it is making your task easy, if it is making your work easy, so that means that it is the machine. Okay, so we use shovel to do our work, we use robots to do our work. Both are doing our work, okay, and both are making our work easier, so they both are machines. As I told you that it is the time to learn about the simple machines. Here in front of you, you can see many of the simple machines in the background. There are many triangular structures on which simple machines is written. Right? Now you can see that there is a pulley, there is a kind of hammer and scissors, and many of the things are there. Right? Crane is there, fan, screw, okay, slide, and bottle opener, and many more. So we are going to learn about simple machines now, and these all are the simple machines. How can we say that these are the simple machines? Do they have any particular characteristic? Let's see. Now these are some of the simple machines in front of you, and these include inclined plane, lever, wedge, screw, pulley, and wheel and axle. Okay, these all are the simple machines, and there are six main types of simple machines which are in front of you. So it's time to learn the definition of simple machines now. Machines are objects that make it easier for people to do work. As I told you in the beginning that machine can be anything which makes our work easier, okay? Not all the machines have lots of parts or the motors, okay? Because we have the example of simple machines as well. Now, what are the simple machines? Simple machines have only one or two main parts. How many main parts? One, two, or maximum three parts can be there of a simple machine. A shovel, a screwdriver, a knife, a broom, and even a slide on the playground are all simple machines. These all are the simple machines. Okay, so now you can see how simple the knife is, the screwdriver is, the shovel, the broom, the slide. These are the things which are really simple, but still they are the machines. As I told you that simple machines are having only one or two or maximum three main parts. Okay, so here are some of the examples of simple machines again in front of you, and these are same. You might be thinking why these are same, because basically Simple machines are of 6 types. Okay, simple machines are of 6 types, as I told you before. So these are in front of you, and these are inclined plane, lever, wedge, pulley, screw, and wheel and axle. Students, now here comes some more examples in front of you, and you might observe one thing here, that these all are the things which we use in our daily life, and these all are the work which we see around us. All these things, all these works include the simple machines to be done. All the works need simple machines to be done. Okay, if you see around you, you will see a number of these things. Okay, and these all are the simple machines. They are making our work easier to do. So students, as I told you several of the times, that there are 6 main types of simple machines which are in front of you now. Okay, but we are not going to learn about all these simple machines, because there are 5 main types of simple machines in your book, and we would only learn those things which are included in our syllabus. So the simple machines which we are going to learn are lever, pulley, screw, wheel and axle, and incline machine. Okay, these are the 5 simple machines which we are going to learn one by one. Okay, so the first simple machine which we would learn, that is lever. So let's begin the lever now. Students, here comes the first type of simple machine that we would be discussing now, and that is lever. Do you know what is lever? Lever is a simple machine that we use in our daily life, and you can find many of the kinds of lever at your homes as well. Okay, so if we want to define it, we can say that a lever is a simple machine that consists of a rigid bar supported at one end or point. That point or the end is known as fulcrum. Okay, that point is known as fulcrum, and a force is applied, a force called effort. The force which is applied is called effort. Okay, and it is applied at one point or the end of the lever in order to move an object, and the object is known as load, or we can say that the point from where we move that object is the load, and it is located at this at some other point on the lever. And here comes the example. Here you can see that how the man is lifting the weight. Okay, now see what the one can apply. One can apply a force called effort. Okay, if we want to move something, so what do? We apply effort. So what is the effort? Effort is a kind of force. Okay, so the person is applying effort. This is one end of the simple machine. Now you can see the point where the weight is lying, or the object is lying, is the load. Okay, and there is a bar which is supported at one point, that is called fulcrum. Or you can say that the turning point of the simple machine, the turning point of the simple machine is called fulcrum. The turning point of the lever is called fulcrum. So we can see 3 of the things here. Okay, likewise there is a scissors, a pair of scissors in front of you. Okay, now we use scissors in our daily life. It has 3 points, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so where do we apply the force? We apply the force here where we insert our fingers in these holes, right? So this portion would be effort. Now from where we cut our cloths or paper, this is the point from where we do our task or the work. So this point would be known as load, right? And the point, or the turning point, the point that has the turning effect is this one. Okay, so this one point or the turning point will be known as fulcrum. Students, as we have learned that there are three main points in a lever, okay, on which a lever works, right? So according to the position of these three main points, which are the points fulcrum, effort and load, according to the position of these three things, we have classified the lever into different classes. Okay, so the here comes classes of lever. Okay, here comes the classes of lever, and there are three main classes of lever. We call them as lever of class 1, lever of class 2, and lever of class 3. Okay, and why we have divided them? We have divided them, or we have categorized them according to the position of the three main points, which are fulcrum, load and effort. Okay, so according to their position, we have divided the lever into three main classes: lever class 1, lever class 2, and lever class 3. So let's start from lever class 1. Here comes the classes of lever, where we can see that how these classes are made. There are three types or the classes of levers according to where the load, effort and even fulcrum is. Okay, or we can say that where the load and effort are located with respect to the fulcrum. So basically we are talking about the position of load, effort and fulcrum, where these are found. Okay, so we have made three of the classes. Lever class 1 has the fulcrum placed between the effort and the load, as we have seen in the scissors, right? So class 1 has the examples of the levers in which the fulcrum is in between the effort and the load, right? Then there is a class 2 of the lever, and it has the load in between the effort and fulcrum. It has load in between the effort and fulcrum. Now the lever class 3 has the effort between the load and the fulcrum. Okay, so we can see one thing here, that class 1 has the fulcrum in the midpoint. Okay, class 2 has the load in the midpoint, and class 3 has the effort in the midpoint or at the midpoint. Okay, so here comes the first class of lever, or the lever of class 1. What happens in it? The fulcrum is in between the load and effort. As I told you that the three classes are made on the basis of the position of load, fulcrum and effort. So here, this is the first class of lever, and the fulcrum is in between the load and effort. Common examples are crowbar, scissors, pliers, snips, seesaw. Okay, you can see here seesaw, the pliers, or you might have seen the scissors. Okay, so fulcrum is in between the load and effort. Students, here comes the lever class 2, or the second class of the lever. What happens in it? In a second class lever, the fulcrum is found after or the other side of the load, away from the applied force. You can see the trolley here. Okay, the man or the worker or the lever is applying the force at one corner, right? And the fulcrum is on the other corner. What is in between both these things? In between both these things, the load is there. Fine. So simply we can say that second class of lever has the load in between the effort and fulcrum. Okay, as shown in front of you, this man is having the trolley, and there is a weight or the load in the trolley which is in between the applied force and the fulcrum. Okay, wheel is on the corner, and we know that from where it is getting the turning point, of course this one, and we know that fulcrum is the turning point, or the fulcrum has turning effect. Okay, so lever of class 2 has the load in between effort and fulcrum. Now here comes the third class of lever and some of example, but let's see the definition of it first. Class 3 has the effort between the load and the fulcrum. Okay, class 3 has the effort between the load and fulcrum. And here are the examples, and examples are broom, tweezers, tongs, fishing rod. The tweezer you can see, or the best one more best example for you is stapler. You staple your papers, your documents with the help of a stapler, and that belongs to third class of lever. Okay, you can see that at the one corner there's a fulcrum, on another corner there's a load. What is in between both these things? There is the effort in between both of these things. Now, students, it is the time to say goodbye to all of you, because this was all about today. Okay, rest of the things we would learn in the next class. What kind of things we had learned today? We had learned the machine, simple machines. We came to know that there are some types of simple machines, from which we had learned lever and classes of it. Inshallah, in the next class we would start from another simple machine, which is pulley and wheel and axle. So thank you so much. Read your books properly. Inshallah, we shall meet in the next class.